TUTU'S rant. So on the last episode, we kind of like were talking about the name that we should stick with, and people actually came up with or said we should retain TUTU'S rant, and that is what we're going to do. So it's TUTU rant. TUTU'S rant it is. What's wrong with the dress? Okay. Okay, so today's topic, I know I said I was going to talk about K-pop and K-entertainment and K-drama. Yes, however, I'm trying to like build momentum so that people would actually be anticipated. So we'll not be talking about that today. Today, drum roll, I'll be talking about my childhood memories. Okay. So today we're talking about my childhood memories, and just buckle up because today it's going to be very a little bit longer than usual. So buckle up because I'm trying to see how I can limit this to like be like shorter, but they're like very awesome stories I think I should share. Now I'm laughing. Hold up. Growing up, I was a little terrorist. Very terrible child growing up. Now, if you think I talk a lot now, you should have met me when I was 5. I was awful. I was an awful child. That's why I got a lot of trashy from my mother. As a little miscreant, a terrorist, somebody that was just like, you know, when my dad takes me out, he'll be like, AG, please now. AG, please, just. I'll be like, okay. But I was a little terrorist. So today I'll be talking about two of my very fun childhood memories, and I hope it like does sticks. So let's just get on with it, right? So the first memory I have was I don't know why I could talk about this without laughing. It's a story I've heard over and over again, but I could still remember bits and pieces of this story. It started some time ago when I was like a little munchkin, a little terrorizing munchkin, a little demonic child. Not demonic, but just, I don't know how my parents did it, so kudos to you, mom and dad, because you had strength, especially mom. That woman had strength for me. So the first story is about my dad and his friend. So while growing up, I was like in probably primary reception, or maybe no, at 5 I should nursery 1 or nursery 2, one of those. I think no, I wasn't up to 5. I think it was like 4-ish. So every morning my dad's friend, I don't want to call the bestest thing, would come in this little white Mercedes 5 or whatever it was to pick up my dad every morning. Like every morning, to take my dad to the office every morning. And then my dad would be like, AG, because that's the name my dad calls me. If anybody calls me that name, I might punch you in the throat. It's reserved for my father. So he'd be like, AG, I'd be like, Daddy, bye-bye, and everything. So, but inside of me, I was stewing. Like, why does Uncle Ernest, let's just call him Uncle Ernest, always come to pick up Daddy? Every time. But I never said anything till one fateful day, Uncle Ernest came as usual. That day, I don't know why I woke up, whether a man kicked me in my face or something. Emmanuel is my brother. I don't know, but I was so pissed. And I woke up that day and I was like, so when he came to pick him, I was like, Uncle Ernest, every day you come to pick my daddy. Every day you come to pick my daddy. Please don't come and pick my daddy again. No. Let's don't pick my daddy again. No. Daddy, you go and buy your own car. Every day he'll be coming to pick you. Go and buy your own car. And I looked at him and I said it with so much seriousness. Why you enter your parents' car? Don't enter your parents' car again. Go and buy your own car. And I walked away. And my mom was stunned because the man, Uncle Ernest, was right there. And my dad was just standing there like. And my mom didn't know whether she should beat me or throw me away. And I walked away. And my dad was he had to summon courage. I was like, hey, won't you tell Daddy bye-bye? I turned and looked at him. No. And I walked away. And I went to school with my little lunchbox. It was blue and yellow, blue and red. And I took it. And I didn't even wait for mommy to take me to school. I just started walking with so little steps of anger. And I went away. So when I got back, my mom was very mad. How could you say that in front of somebody? How can you? My dad And my dad couldn't even speak for a bit. So my mom tells me, when she's telling me this story, she says that she had to beg my dad to enter the car, and my dad didn't even want to enter the car again. And I was like, well, my head says, right, he should go get his own car. Go and get his own car. So fast forward to like 2 months later, I went to my great-grandmother's place and I came back and I saw this Nissan Bluebird parked in front of our house. And I was like, who is it? In my head, I was like, who has come in with car? Because at that point, bad belly like me, everybody with car come to my house, please, excuse me, you have a car, my dad doesn't have a car, so please, I'm not finding this funny, go away. So I got there. And I saw lots of people, loads, and they were there. And my mom was like passing pepper soup around, and there was palm wine. And I was like, what are these people celebrating? How dare they celebrate? Why are you guys celebrating? And then my dad, in just euphoria and merriment, was like, hey, come. It's like, yes, honey. Because my dad and I are we're really close. I'm the only girl, so kind of happens like that. So he was like, come and see daddy's car. Hold up, what? I thought he was joking. I was like, Daddy, you're lying. He said, no, this car, Daddy bought the car. And I was ecstatic. I just kept going up and down. Oh my God, Daddy bought the car. He's like, he was like, AJ, so I bought a car now. Are you happy? I was like, Daddy, happy. I am happy. I'm on cloud 29. And so the merriment went on. There was like overflow of pepper soup and there was palm wine. Yes, I started drinking palm wine at the age of 4. Don't sue me. It was palm wine. Every parent gave their child like a little bit of like sip, I guess. So I had like a lot that day. My dad would be like, my mom would be like, don't give up. Like, leave her alone. I enjoy it, my friend. And then he gave me the pepper soup and I was like, so then when the merriment had died down and like everybody had started going to their houses, guess what? Yours truly, this terrorist disappeared. Yep. And my dad and my mom nearly ran mad. Where is this child? They started looking for me. They went to my neighbor's place. My dad was like, check my mom inside. Check Ali's place. Check everywhere. They were looking for this child. This little terrorizing baby. They were looking for her and it went on for like an hour. So my dad was about to go to the police station. Like where we stayed, there was a police station like 10 minutes away. So he was about to go there. And I don't know what happened, but my older brother, Eric, took a torch and started looking under the car. That was very silly, but why would you be looking for a 4-year-old under the car? But it could happen. And then he looked under, and then he looked inside. And now if you are familiar with the Nissan Bluebird, I think I'll put a picture right here. Yeah, exactly. Now, see the way the boot of the car is? It's like an open space, right? It's an open space. So guess where they found me? Yeah, you're right. Inside there, asleep. This little witch was asleep in the car when I was driving everybody mad. That had gone missing. You know, during the merriment, we were not paying attention, and he took me out of the car. I was sweaty, because the windows were wound up, and I was in the boot. I crawled. I don't know how I got in. I entered the car. It was open, and I just went behind there, and I found that perfect spot to sleep. Yeah, and it's also sleep. Oh, Jesus Christ. So that's what happened. So when they found me, I was sweating. I was drenched in sweat, and I was sleeping. My mom was just like, she wanted to beat me to wake up, but she couldn't because she was like. Now imagine I had slept in that car till the next day. I don't think I would have been alive because I would have probably died. I would have probably died of suffocation. But I didn't care. Daddy bought a car. Sue me. I was going to sleep in there for days. Let it. So that was the story about my dad got his first car that I'm aware of. And they keep saying that he had a car before. Well, that was it. And my God, that car was... My dad would take me. He took me to school the next Monday. He took me to school and I drove in that red Nissan Bluebird. And I sat on the driver's seat with him every time. And then we were jamming to Fela, jam into Makusa Kofi Olumide, we are jamming, and when I get to school, I just come out with my lunchbox, my short self. I'll be like, Moshe, my daddy bought a car. Everybody had to know that story. I was all over the moon. I was like, anyone who cares to listen, my daddy got a car because of me. So when my dad is telling this story, he'll be like, this girl's mouth scares me like a lot. It scares me like a lot. But her mouth is the type that would make you do things. Even till today, I say the dumbest shit sometimes. Not the dumbest, like probably the smartest thing. And when that listens to me a lot, you'll be like, this your talk is not today. So whenever somebody's like, oh, you're a lawyer. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that coming. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay, second story. Probably quite similar to this first one. Still, I think I was maybe younger, maybe say 3 or almost 4, but I think it precedes the first story. Now, growing up, my mother is from Benue State, Otukpo. So we went for most of our holidays from school, Easter break, whatever it is. We went to Benue State for the holidays, like every time. So my grandfather, rest his soul, Captain Dax, I love you. Okay, all right, let's not talk about that. One day I'll talk about my grandfather because he is a force to be reckoned with, or he was a force to be reckoned with. He's a blessed memory now. So my grandfather was renovating the house. Now, if you're familiar with Benue State, you know that the soil is like red clay soil. So most of the bricks that they used to build at the time were like red bricks, right? So one day we got home. Now, from Cross River State to Benue State then, because we didn't find a new route that we take now. It was like going from one end of the earth to the other. And I was like, what is it? So we got there, and I was like, we literally sat in the car for so long. It was a road trip, and I was so tired. My mom was tired. She was exhausted. She just wanted to just get home, see her dad, eat food, and sleep. But guess what? The terrorist struck again. Oh my God. So as I was describing the house, it was renovated, so the house was like red bricks everywhere. And so I said, it's a tiger house, I'm not entering the tiger house, I'm not entering it. And I cried, literally, I was crying and raving, I'm not entering that, Grandpa, I'm not entering, Daddy, I'm not entering the tiger house, I'm not entering the tiger house. And then he had to take me from my mom and then walked me to the road. And then I fell asleep. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, 3-year-olds that don't know how to sleep all through the night. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I looked. Why is it red everywhere? Tiger house! And I started wailing again. It's tiger house! In the middle, I'm pretty sure it was like 2-3 a.m. My mother, moms, we love you. My mother had it with me. So if that woman could throw me away somewhere or give me off to some money doubler, she would have. So my grandfather, again, came and took me. And he had this wooden chair outside the house that was like a rocking chair, but it was like really nice. So he had to carry me. And we sat outside the house until I fell asleep. And he had to hold me in his arms. He didn't enter the house. I'm sure mosquito bit that man. Again, little terrorist. Yes, I struck and I attacked. Get over it. Sorry. So he sat there till the wee hours of dawn. And then my mom was like, Daddy, you held out through the night. And so, yeah, I did. So fast forward to the next holiday, which was like 3 months later, or a couple of months later, I came back and the house was, so this big yellow and brown building standing with big windows. And then my grandfather said, oh, are you going to enter the house now? Terrorist. I mean, little cultists. I was like, nah. let's go. And I took my little bag and I walked into the house. And my mom was like, Daddy, where did you get so much money to finish this like in such a short time? She was like, do you want me to stay in the house that my granddaughter will not be able to enter? No, he had to find money, get his pension, get any money anywhere. I was like, yeah. Terry struck again. And she made things happen in good time. My mouth does that. Yes. Little evil, but at least it gets the job done. Yeah, gets the job done. So I'm okay with that. So yes, I have a lot of stories with that, but I was this terrorizing child growing up. I talk a lot normally, but now adulting has made it that I say things that. But as a child, I just say the first thing that comes to my head. I was like a little sports princess, and I'm the only girl, so everybody was like doting on me except my mother. My mother was like, for here. Everybody's spoiling you, but for here, nah, you will chop it, Patty. And she gave it. My mother, I will talk about my mother's trashing at some point as we proceed with this. But yeah, I have a lot of those going on. But yes, I terrorized my grandfather and my father a lot. I did. I still do terrorize my father. But he's fine with it. He'll live. So guys, that's the end of today's episode. And please know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Alright, bye guys. I need you guys to enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful one.